Alright, live on YouTube, starting us up on Rumble. Good morning, hello, and welcome to this Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about, hold on a second, that is the wrong thing. Here we go. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with October 31st. Happy Halloween! Why can't I hear you? Do I have this going? Hold on a second. Oh. Hello? Nope. I heard like a noise, but I can't hear your voice. That's weird. Anyway, well, while King tries to figure out what's going on his end, we're gonna move on up here. So we have 455 BC. I can't see through this dang thing, so one moment. I emerge. Ezra read the Book of Law to the Israelites in Jerusalem. It's saying here, see Nehemiah 9:1 NLTSC. So that sounds like a Bible passage. So I think this is like a Bible event that happened. So, 475, Romulus Augustulus was proclaimed Western Roman Emperor. All right. Test your mic. Are you fixed yet?
Hold on.
Oh, there we go. I heard you. Okay.
Yep, hold on.
Yeah. Well, while I'm holding on, I'm going to move us up here to 683. During the siege of Mecca, the Kaaba caught fire and was burnt down. Well, that's not good. I have no idea what the Kaaba is, but it sounds important. Hold on. You know, I can look this up here. Let's see. And the music is a little loud, so let me, or maybe that's just my speakers. Anyway, let's see here. The Kaaba. What was the Kaaba? All right. Okay, here we go. The Kaaba, sometimes referred to as Al-Kaaba al-Musharafa, is a stone building at the center of Islam's most important mosque and holiest site, the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. It is considered by Muslims to be the... Oh, so this. Okay, that's the giant black box thing. So the original one, or whichever one this was, caught fire and was destroyed. So they have since built another one. All right. I always wondered what that was. Moving on up to 802, Empress Irene was deposed and banished to Lesbos. Conspirators placed Nikephoros, the Minister of Finance, on the Byzantine throne. All right. So, like, how do we pronounce that? Lebo? You know, like in South Park? Remember the 300 riff-off? It's not pronounced Lesbos, it's Lebo. So, yeah. 1517, Martin Luther sent his 95 Thesis to Albert of Brandenburg, Archbishop of Mainz, precipitating the Protestant Reformation. Ah, all right. And here we go, right there. 95 Thesis. Well, let's take a look at that here really quick. So, like, let's see. It was a list of propositions for an academic disputation, written in 1517 by Martin Luther, who was then the professor of moral theology at the University of Wittenberg in Germany. The thesis, retrospectively considered to have launched the Protestant Reformation and the birth of Protestantism, despite various proto-Protestant groups having existed previously. It detailed Luther's opposition to what he saw as the Roman Catholic Church's abuse and corruption by Catholic clergy, who were selling plenary indulgences, which were certificates supposed to reduce the temporal punishment in purgatory for sins committed by the purchasers or their loved ones. You know, that doesn't seem right. You can't sell salvation. You know, it comes from within. Like, that's ridiculous. So, I have to agree with Martin Luther on that. How goes whatever it is that you're doing, Sir King?
Give me a minute.
Alright. 1541, Michelangelo Buonarroti finished painting The Last Judgment in the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City. Alright, so this is interesting that he finished it on Halloween, or what would become Halloween. Well, Halloween is derived from a pagan holiday, which, you know, by 1541, well, paganism was a thing like a long time ago. So yeah, let's not forget Stonehenge. But yeah, this painting here, The Last Judgment, in the Vatican. If anybody remembers this painting, this is the date in which he finished that work in 1541. 1587, Leiden University Library opened its doors after its founding in 1575. So it took them about 13 years, but better late than never. 1596, English, French, and Dutch delegates signed an anti-Spanish Triple Covenant. All right, that's not good. A lot of friction towards the validation of Spain. We spoke a couple days ago actually about some king not recognizing Spanish sovereignty and all that stuff. And I saw that your thumbs up. So you want to take this 3 centuries ago, 1724?
1724, George Frederick Handel's opera Tamerlano premieres at the King's Theatre in London.
Oh, you have a theater? Well, of course you have a theater. You're the king. You have everything. So
I don't know what's that.
Go figure. You have so much that you misplaced a continent or two. Whatever. It's just several thousand people. Who cares? 1756. Ooh, here we go.
Glaucoma Casanova escapes from the Leeds prison in Venice by climbing onto the roof.
Yeah. And we spoke about him having been arrested before. Yeah. In 1755, September 12th, Casanova was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment in Venice without trial for affront to religion and common decency because he was basically a quagmire, from Family Guy. He was just going around just, pegging everything he can fit into. Giacomo Casanova is remembered for his love affairs. In popular culture, his name is now synonymous with a womanizer. So that's not a good thing. What else do we got here? Ooh, we got an earthquake in 1759.
Earthquake in Safed, Palestine, kills hundreds.
Yikes. That's not good. And actually, we have we have 3 more 1700s actually, if you want to take those.
1794, John Dalton's first lecture at the Manchester Library Philosophical Society, Extraordinary Facts Relating to Vision of Colors.
Now, speaking of, color spectrums and all that stuff, I saw a very interesting video a while ago. Some people can't see blue or something. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to. That's not a good channel.
No.
They're feds. The Y files are feds.
Fed.
But the basis of that video, basically the color blue, to some cultures, is so foreign that they couldn't even see it on a spectrum, of like hues of green or something, or hues of blue. But they can see, a different shade of green that we couldn't, something like that. So it's very interesting. Look it up. Once again, that one channel is feds. But we skipped over this one. It was my bad. I didn't see that. So what do we got here?
1793, execution of Girondins in Paris during Reign of Terror. What's a Girondin?
Well, let's see.
I imagine it's a,
Girondins.
Where are the Girondins from?
Who were these? Okay.
What
They were a political group during the French Revolution from 1791 to 1793. The Girondins were active in the Legislative Assembly and the National Convention. Together with the Montagnards, they initially were part of the Jacobean movement. They campaigned for the end of the monarchy, but then resisted the spiraling momentum of the revolution, which caused a conflict with the more radical Montagnards. They dominated the movement until their fall in the insurrection of May 31st between that and June 2nd, 1793, which resulted in the domination of the Montagnards and the purge and eventual mass execution of the Girondins. This event considered the mark of the beginning of the Reign of Terror. And I wanted to look that up as well. But so they were a political group that for lack of a better term, got genocided, you know, in political terms. The Jacobean movement, the whole Jacobean uprising, that was an English civil war, and this is a French thing. So here we go again, English and French. You know, they share a blood vessel, whether or not they want to agree on that. But what was the Reign of Terror? It was a period of the French Revolution when, following the creation of the First Republic, was a series of massacres and numerous public executions took place in response to revolutionary fervor, anti-clerical sentiment, and accusations of treason by the Committee of Public Safety. While terror was never formally instituted as a legal policy by the convention, it was more often employed as a concept. So before the idea of, you know, terrorism and all that stuff, you know, I believe what's her face, Miss Let Them Eat Cake, Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to call her a victim of the Reign of Terror, because, you know, she deserved it, but, you know, she was a target, you know, certainly. So, pretty sure she was killed during it. You know, she was beheaded by guillotine. What else do we got here? 1799. Is this it? Yeah.
Francisco Goya is appointed first court painter at the Spanish court in Madrid, the highest honor for a Spanish painter.
Nice. So he was the first one. I wonder if they still have, like, you know, like how, you know, a lot, like Britain has the poet laureate and all that stuff. I wonder if they still have these positions. I'm sure they do, you know. So, 1815 here, Cornishman Sir Humphrey Davy patented miner's safety lamp. Huh. So, you know, let's take a look at that here. Miner's safety lamp. Okay, you know, so the basic, you know, kerosene lantern that, you know, you carry around and all that stuff. Alright, and you do need light to see, so that is, you know, safety right there. 1822, Emperor Augustin de Ibertide attempted to dissolve the Congress of the Mexican Empire. Well, thankfully that didn't work. So, because it says attempted, so obviously if it had succeeded, it would have said succeeded or something, I don't know. 1837, collision of riverboat Monmouth and Tremont on the Mississippi, causing 300 Muskogee deaths while traveling the Trail of Tears. Ah, yikes. So, you know, it wasn't enough that they got kicked out of, you know, like, their home and all that stuff. But hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Golden Loon.
Yeah.
I'm liking the hat.
Yeah.
Where's this?
Well, I had that on earlier, but I can't see through it that well.
I know,
you know?
I got it.
So
where are you at?
We were just talking about the Trail of Tears.
Oh, okay.
So 1837 here, collision of river boats Monmouth and Tremont on Mississippi, causing 300 Muskogee deaths while traveling the Trail of Tears. So, you know, that, you know about the Trail of Tears, they got kicked out and they're going to reservations and everything.
Okay.
Well, along the way, a lot of them died, you know, because of, you know, the elements and everything. And but the 300 of them died, you know,
Wow.
boat collision, all that stuff, drowned and whatnot, and, you know, it's just awful. Speaking of awful stuff, what do we got here in 1846? We have the Donner Party, unable to cross the Donner Pass, constructed a winter camp.
Ooh.
So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
We know what's going to happen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think that pans out well.
Really interesting, though, once again, how it landed on Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, like, they knew they weren't going to be able to get through, so they were hunkering down for the winter on October 31st. Yikes. 1863.
1863, Maori Wars resumed as British forces in New Zealand, led General Duncan Cameron, began their invasion of Waikato.
Ah. So it sounds like your wars against the indigenous people, you know? Like, they did that with the Aborigines in Australia, you know, we did that with the Native Americans.
True.
You know? So, same old playbook.
Same old playbook, same old playbook.
Oh, here we go.
Nevada attempted a 36th state of the Union.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay.
Admitted, yeah.
Happy birthday,
Welcome,
Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah, in 1864. 1867 here, Australia's first royal tour began as Prince Albert, son of Queen Victoria, arrived in Adelaide, South Australia. Oh, look at that. I wonder, like, you know, if there's still a royal tour, if that's only for royalty, or if that's what it's called, you know, like, today at least. I don't know. 1 year later, 1868, standard uniform approved for U.S. postal carriers. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So you know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, you know, that way dogs don't bark at everybody, although they do, but, you know, they go after the postal carriers the most often.
Yeah.
So the great stereotype there. 1876, Great Bakurganj cyclone of 1876 ravaged British India, which is modern-day Bangladesh, resulting in the deaths of over 200,000 people.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I mean, like, you know...
Yeah, that's just huge.
Population density, man. You know, India has had it for a long time. You know.
Yeah.
1881, Metropolitan Club played its last game of its non-league season. They won 80 of 151 games, 18-43 versus National League teams. Okay. So it's that sounds
no
like
idea
baseball.
what that is. Yeah, it does. Huh.
A Metropolitan Club played its last game of its non-league season, so it wasn't in a league.
It was, yeah.
The Metropolitan Club.
Sounds like they played some of the National League and whatnot.
American League,
American League, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that was like a third outlying, you know,
It was an
body
independent
of
club
leagues.
that they played different. Probably played all comers, whoever played them.
Yeah, and all around it. Okay. Oh, let me get you on camera. I'm sorry.
I might break it.
Hey, you were only halfway on earlier. Oh. He's a tall guy.
What do we got?
What do we got here in 1888? Good Sir King.
1888, Scottish vet John Boyd Dunlop patents pneumonic bicycle tire.
Pneumatic.
Pneumatic.
It's a difficult word. No, don't worry about it. Like it's spelt weird. Don't worry. It's a weird
I knew
word.
that.
Pneumatic.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You know.
You knew it? Pneumatic?
Hey.
That's pretty cool. You know, bicycle tires. So now you can, you know. 1889. Oh, here we go.
Exposition Universal World's Fair in Paris closes after 32 million visitors. Oh,
That's a bunch.
That's a lot of
Nike.
visitors. I mean, it's the World's Fair. You know, everybody from all over the world. They're coming. You know, in 1889, that was before the light bulb.
You're not going to get that many from around the world. I mean, that's a major trip.
Well, I don't think they're all
there.
I don't think they're all individuals. I think a lot of them are repeats.
Yeah,
maybe
of course.
maybe triple,
of course.
four. Maybe some people were there every day.
Yeah,
you know. But would they
that's
be
like a gate count. 32 million.
Yeah, no, that's the clicker.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the clicker.
Don't you have a clicker? 1895, the strongest earthquake in the Midwestern United States since 1812 struck near Charleston in Missouri, causing damage and killing at least 2. You know, I guess very sparsely populated. You know, so.
Yeah.
That's, I wonder what the Richter scale of that was. Let's see if I can look that up really quick here. 1895 Charleston earthquake. Not to be confused with the you know, I guess maybe is that where the Charleston came from? That's how you moved during the earthquake. You know, do the Charleston.
Don't think so.
No. But it is estimated 5.8 to 6.6. So that's pretty good.
That's healthy.
Yeah. The earthquake caused substantial property damage in the states of Missouri, Illinois, Ohio, Alabama, Iowa, Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. Wow.
That's really spread out.
I mean, look at that. You know, you could see.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big, you know.
Yeah.
Like shockwave.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 1900, American League President Ban Johnson wrote to National League President Nick Young seeking peace. You know, there was a war like between them.
So.
Well, I mean, you know, they are 2 different leagues. They were vying for the top, so of course, you know, there's going to be somebody's got to be the top.
Yeah.
You know, king of the mountain. So, 1903, the Purdue wreck, a railroad train collision in Indianapolis, killed 17, including 14 players of the Purdue University football team. Ah, that sucks. Oh.
Yeah.
Like an entire team just gone. Like, you know, that's happened with trains, boats, buses, aircraft, all sorts of things. You know, maybe it's not a good idea for a whole team to travel, you know, as one unit because you can lose a lot in a hit.
Yeah, and it's happened more than once.
Yes. You know, it's happened to bands. It's happened to politicians, you know. Like, we were watching the Reagan movie, you know, like King and I, you know, the other night.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, that Korean flight that got shot down, there was some U.S. diplomat or something on that. Like 263 people died and all that stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. 1905, Great Revolutionary Demonstration for Amnesty in St. Petersburg. And it sounds maybe like the beginnings of the whole Russian Revolution, you know, because that's about the right time for them to...
1905?
Yeah. You know, like the Soviets, you know, Lenin and all that stuff got their, you know, their power and everything because they promised to get Russia out of the war and, you know, for food and bread and all that stuff for the people and all that stuff. Well, they did get the Russia out of the war after they, you know, overthrew Tsar Nicholas II or third, I think. I don't know, Tsar Nicholas something, whichever one, and the whole Anastasia thing, you know, like the, you know, the Princess Anastasia.
Yeah.
You know, thought to be a myth until they found her body somewhere with the other, you know, it was Tsar Nicholas.
They killed the whole family.
It was
so
a
there
coup.
was nobody left in the line.
Yep. 1907, the Parliament of Finland approved the Prohibition Act, but the law was not implemented due to no ratification by Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. So, you know, speaking of Tsar Nicholas and all that stuff. But Finland was a part of Russia at the time, it sounds like.
Really?
Well, it says here the Parliament of Finland approved, but the law was not implemented because Tsar Nicholas did not ratify it.
I don't think they could have been friends and supporting Russia, but it sounds like...
But then how would Russia dictate what laws they followed if they didn't own them? Tsar Nicholas, the leader of Russia, did not approve Finland, you know, even though the Parliament of Finland itself approved it. Tsar Nicholas did not ratify it, therefore it was not implemented. So it sounds to me like Finland was part of Russia at the time, which makes sense as to why, you know, Finland and Russia, the whole Winter War during World War II, Russia took some pieces of Finland. They're trying to take what they own back, kind of like the whole Ukraine thing today.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there are different borders that once belonged to your neighboring country that no longer do throughout Europe.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know, Germany has gone through that several times.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they got partitioned after World War One. You know, then Hitler, you know, reunified them, and then they got cut in half after World War II, and it was like 91 or what before they reunified, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, there's Reagan's "Tear Down This Wall" speech. You know.
Yeah. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Anyway, 1908, the fourth Summer Olympic Games closed at White City Stadium in London, England. All right. 1913, the first U.S. paved coast-to-coast automobile highway, the Lincoln Highway, was dedicated, and that is our thumbnail here. So it goes all the way from San Francisco to Manhattan, New York. You know, and there's still remnants of this today. There's videos of it online and everything and all that stuff.
You know what's interesting? They have two different spots that are tributaries. There's a small one and then a big one up there.
Yeah, well, this goes down to Denver, it says.
Yeah.
So maybe if you don't want to go all the way down and you just want to keep going, they have an option to just keep going.
They tied it to
But then it's
city.
weird. They have like a zip here.
We're going up to probably another city. What's right there?
Uh,
or it could be mountain range at there.
That's Salt Lake City. No, Salt Lake City's down here. That's something else up here.
Well,
but that's...
Salt Lake City, Utah, they have mountain range there, so they maybe had to go up through the canyons.
Maybe that's why it goes zip. But then over here, there's Carson City, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sacramento. But
What's
they have two options.
What's the up on the other
Reno.
Side? Okay, so they wanted to catch both of them, I guess.
Okay.
Carson City was a big silver town.
Yeah. Well, Carson City is, big in Old West, especially like, Looney Tunes cartoons. Oh, blah, 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 Carson City. What's up, Doc? Anyway, 1913 as well, the Indianapolis streetcar strike and subsequent riot began. All right. 1 year later, Great Britain and France declared war on Turkey, which was then the Ottoman Empire, World War I, all that stuff, so there you go. 1917, Eugene O'Neill's play In the Zone premiered in New York City. The Auto Zone?
In the zone.
In the zone.
In sports, that means you're just locked in.
Yeah, no, you're...
If it's basketball, the basket looks huge to you, whatever it is. Baseball, you can see the pitch, you can see the seams on the pitch, you're in the zone.
Yeah, no, you're
you get
focused.
That clarity for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Doesn't last long, but...
Yeah. kind of like tunnel vision, but more focus oriented.
Yeah.
You know, not, you know, getting overwhelmed. Yeah, no, I know what in the zone means. You know, but you're in the zone, auto zone. But
that's probably a better analogy.
Yeah. 1917 as well, during World War I, Battle of Beersheba in southern Palestine, quote, last successful cavalry charge in history, end quote, was performed by the 4th Australian Light Horse. Yep. Yeah, they still,
Awesome hat, by the way.
Yeah, it's a cat in the hat.
Yeah.
He can't hear you right now because he's not. Oh, can he? Oh, he can, I guess. No. But we can't hear him. So.
Yeah. So I can hear you have it blasting through the earphones because
okay.
I can't put it on while I have my hat on. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back. That is a cool
Thank
hat.
you.
It is.
Like, I want one of those. I am a man of many hats, but, you know.
He looks like Abraham Lincoln, but a hat with color.
Well, no, it's the
got
cat.
the beard going, got the beard going, the top hat.
But no, he's the cat in the hats.
Yeah.
It's literally that hat.
No, I know exactly
Okay.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the beard makes him with a
Okay.
top hat.
Yeah.
Gives him
Kinda
that Abraham Lincoln look.
Lincoln look? Yeah. Well,
I tried to style the beard, but
yeah, like he styled his beard too to have
Must
like,
be
kind
rusty.
of. Yeah.
It's awesome, actually.
Yeah, like vampire type of look.
Yeah,
So. Actually, let's see how you look with this on.
A little small. That's all, folks.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime.
hello, my honey, hello, my baby, hello.
Anyway, what do we got here in 1918?
1918, short-lived Benet Republic, founded in territory where Romania, Hungary, and Serbia meet.
Huh. So I wonder how short-lived was this.
Banet. That's kind of, I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Supposed to say banana or?
No, Banat.
I know.
It
I
was.
don't know what that means.
Dude, for a short-lived republic, look at all the different pronunciations. Like, geez, man. It was a short-lived state proclaimed in Timisoara on October 31st, 1918, during the dissolution of Austria-Hungary. Yeah, so, end of World War I. The republic claimed as its own the multi-ethnic territory of the Banats in a bid to prevent its partition among competing nationalisms. Openly endorsed by the local communities of Hungarians, Swabians, and Jews, the German-speaking socialist Jewish origin Otto Roth served as its nominal leader. Rothschild? I wonder if he's... I think he's a Rothschild. This project was openly rejected from within by communities of Romanians and Serbs who were centered in the eastern and western halves of the region, respectively. The short-lived entity was recognized only by the neighboring Hungarian Republic, with which it sought a merger. Its military structures were inherited from the Common Army and placed under the command of a Hungarian officer, Albert Bartha. It says here 1918 through 19, so it lasted a year at least. So somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. What else do we got here? This is big.
1918, the Spanish flu kills 21,000 people in the U.S. in a single week.
Whoa.
Whoa. In a week?
21,000 in a week. 7 days gone. So
Recorded.
origin.
And I'll bet you they still didn't shut down the whole society.
Well, very much like today, like this is a photo here. Let me see if I can bigger this. Very much like how people were crazy, the past 4 years. Well, this is a photo from back then. Wear a mask or go to jail. So they were extremism back then too.
Yeah, true.
Wear a mask or go to jail. Gee, that
we
sounds
kind of did it
fascist.
the opposite. Wearing a mask when you're healthy. No. If you get the flu, pandemic, whatever it is, put a damn mask on.
Yeah,
That's
if you're
when
sick, put a
that's what
fucking
the
mask
Asians
on.
do. When they get sick, they put a mask on.
Now, I have a potentially
Stay home.
I have a potentially radical idea. If you're sick, stay home, and we have things like Grubhub, Uber Eats, Instacart, Postmates. You have all this stuff at your fingertips with your magic rectangle to have things delivered to your ass. Why the hell are you going to go outside while you're sick and risk other people? If you really want to be selfless, stay the F at home.
Yeah.
God dang, people, stop being stupid.
Some people can't afford to stay home. They got to eat, so they got to go to work.
True that.
Well, figure out a way to work from home or something. Or I don't know. There's,
Right.
I
Try.
don't know, man. Like,
Something.
you know, when the only way to survive is you have to go to work sick, then there's something wrong with the system. So,
I think we proved the system we tried to use didn't work at all, and it was in fact detrimental to our society in many ways.
mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the origin because I remembered because like most, if not all, of the worldwide pandemics from the bubonic plague, the Black Death, Spanish flu, the Kung flu, and all this stuff, all originated in China. Even though this is called the Spanish flu,
That's
was
generally where they're
You're right.
pinpointed the origination, but
yeah.
that doesn't mean it's always
Yeah.
true. I know Trump was trying to name it the Chinese flu.
Yeah, the China virus. What are you trying to say, King?
China virus, yeah.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was even like specifically Wuhan.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff comes from China. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
even more.
we got another 1918 here. It's off of main source on the script.
You read it.
All right. 1918, during World War I, the Astor Revolution terminated the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867, and Hungary achieved full sovereignty. So this was the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire, and Hungary is the only thing that they had left.
So it's disassembled one brick at a time, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. 1921, Federation Supportive Feminine International formed, first woman track and field association. All right. I wonder how bad that's been infiltrated these days. 1922, here we go.
Fascist leader Benito Mussolini
Il Deuce.
becomes prime minister of Italy.
Yeah, he gave himself his own nickname, Il Deuce.
Il
Il
Deuce.
Deuce. IL, so that's why it looks like that.
Il Deuce.
Yeah. It's a weird text font. It doesn't show it right, but
You should probably change that to El Douche.
He certainly was. Oh, here we go.
1923, 160 consecutive days, of 100 degrees Fahrenheit began in Marble Bar, Australia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
So it was worse.
That's cooked.
Yeah.
100 degrees.
Yeah.
100 days, 100 degrees.
160 days.
160.
Yeah. So
4
or 5 months.
That's
5 months.
Yeah. That's 205 days of the year, that's not 100 degrees. Or whatever.
That's almost half. Oh my
That's
god.
ridiculous. Hey, we got a century ago here.
Hey, 1924. All right. World Savings Day announced in Milan, Italy, by the members of Association of the First International Savings Bank Congress, World Society of Savings Bank.
This reeks of Rothschilds here.
Yeah.
Saving day. We could learn some of that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Get rid of the
Yeah.
bags.
Put all your money in the bank. Give it all to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, wait, that's my gold.
and it's gone.
Yeah. And it's
Now
gone.
you
gonna
see it,
happen
now
then?
you don't.
Yeah.
Whoop.
We'll put it in a
Done.
money mutual fund, and it's gone. What do you mean it's
Yep,
gone?
and it's gone.
I don't know. He's referring to a South Park scene. Hold on.
I knew he was referring to something.
South Park, and it's gone. I'll just play a quick little bit of it because it's probably copywritten. But
Do I really have to do this, Dad?
Stand now. Smart decision, young man. We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest, and it's gone.
And it's gone. Okay.
Your money, it's gone. It doesn't exist.
it's
Please step aside for actual customer.
for customers with money, please.
Customers with money,
But you
please.
just lost all my money. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Freaking bankers.
It's gone. Poof.
Yeah.
We're no longer your bank.
Yep. 1926 here, we got a failed assassination attempt on Benito Mussolini by 15-year-old Antio Zamboni, who was lynched on the spot.
Oh wow, a
15-year-old.
15-year-old.
15-year-old,
What?
you know,
That's some balls.
yeah, well, you know, that
Wow.
should show you, like, you know, how fed up the people were with
Desperate.
that guy.
Desperate.
You know, with good old El Douche,
Yeah.
you know? Like, so, you know, but then, like, immediately,
And he's
they,
hung
they,
on the
they
spot.
lynch him.
Holy
Gee, I wonder why he wanted to assassinate him. You know?
Wow.
Yikes. Anyway. 36.
1936, the Boy Scouts of the Philippines formed.
All right.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Going worldwide.
1937, Spanish government moves to Valencia to Barcelona.
So the seat of government, the capital.
moved, yeah.
Yeah, like how our version of Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
you know, or
Yeah.
their version of Washington, D.C. Yeah. Which we've done that. You know, it used to be in Philadelphia, then it went to New York, then it went to
Yeah.
Philadelphia again, then it went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Carved
if
out their own spot,
Mhm.
not being in a different state.
Yep. Oh, man. Uno Mas.
1938, the Great Depression. In an effort to try and restore investor confidence, the New York Stock Exchange unveils a 15-point program aimed to upgrade the protection of the investing public.
All right. So they're trying to get people to invest again. You know, right in the middle of the Great Depression or near the end of it. 1940, Battle of Britain fought between the Royal Air Force and the Luftwaffe over the English Channel and southern England ended with a British victory and caused Germany to abandon Operation Sea Lion, which was Hitler's attempt to invade the island of Britain. So
Okay.
There was an
Yeah.
actual like naval invasion, but like no matter what, it was just doomed to fail. Because even if like they got on the shore, if they got inland, if they did, they didn't have like the means really to launch an invasion. Because you know you look at something like D-Day, you know, the only reason why that was successful really was like I'd say a large contributor was the Higgins boat. You know,
Not
like.
familiar with that.
Yeah, you are. Like, you know, the boxy craft with the door that opens.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You've seen
Yeah,
it,
okay,
Saving
yes,
Private
yes,
Ryan.
Of course.
You know, that's the Higgins craft.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that was a brand new invention. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't even a year old by the time for the Allies. The Germans had no idea of that kind of concept. They were planning to like as they've done for centuries, if not millennia, you know, get off a boat onto a rowboat and row to the shore and then get off that way. There was no craft of amphibious landing. Like, that whole thing,
Yeah.
that whole way of operations was not yet around.
You know,
You
as
know?
you read this, though, my mind goes to history and how many times over history England was not only invaded but conquered.
Oh, by the Normans?
And, yeah.
You know?
And now you look
like,
at this and how Germany was, compared to history, was an absolute failure in trying to invade
England, yeah.
England.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You
like,
never
you
think
know,
of it in those terms.
you know, that's kind of interesting because Italy, you know, successfully invaded England. So-
They were conquered many times. That's why
Yeah.
the English language is so screwed.
Oh, the Anglo-Saxons,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you know, the Norse, you know, the Normans and all that stuff, the freaking Romans. What else do we got
Huh.
here? Another,
Forgot about the Romans.
yeah, no, Hadrian's Wall.
1940, deadline for Warsaw Jews to move into the Warsaw Ghetto.
Alright, yeah,
Warsaw Ghetto. Huh?
yeah. You know, this was the deadline, like, for them to.
Yeah.
I don't really fully understand what that means. Like, where, you know, is Warsaw no longer accepting, you know, like,
I don't know.
people to kill? Like, what how is there? I don't
People
understand.
to kill.
What's Warsaw?
Yeah.
The ghetto. It was
Yeah.
Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know, why would there be a deadline? Like, I guess to get them in, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, 1941. Where is it? Here we go.
Clothing factory fire in Huddleston, England, kills 49.
Hey, clothing factory.
Yeah.
So, 1941 as well. Mount Rushmore Monument was completed in South Dakota, or partially completed, designed by Gutzon Borglum. And I say partially completed because
Yeah, it wasn't
they wanted to do, like, you know, a whole bust, like, you know, the chest and everything, like, you know, like.
Wasn't there another figure that was planned to be in there also, and I can't tell you who it was.
Well, no, they added a fourth guy to fill in the gap. because they had, you know, like 1, 2, and then a third guy, and then they put in the fourth guy here to fill in the gap and all that stuff. But hold on a second. Mount Rushmore. Let's see here. Images. Get rid of the. What is this? Oh yeah. Okay. They added Roosevelt here.
Oh, okay.
So they had Washington. I don't remember who that was. Jefferson. I don't know. That's Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then and FDR.
Okay. Who was quite a bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. This was 41. FDR was still president. Can you imagine being a sitting president and having your face carved into a...
He was president in 41?
Wait, no, that's not FDR. Wait, is that Theodore? I don't know.
Yeah.
Theodore
That's
Roosevelt?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, okay. But yeah, but like also, you see all this entire pile, that's all just the chiseled away bits that they never trucked away. So, you know, it's not done. Like, and it never will be.
No, it's done now.
Yeah, well, they're not going to continue it, but, you know, but it's not done, technically.
You're right. But it's not done to the vision.
After 14 years of work. Wow. So, 1941 as well, prior to the United States joining World War II, this is what I was talking about earlier today, a German submarine U-552 torpedoed U.S. destroyer Reuben James near Iceland, killing over 100 U.S. Navy sailors, becoming the first U.S. Navy vessel sunk by enemy action of the conflict. So we weren't even in the war
yet.
We weren't in the war, so this wasn't even like, you know, them, you know, attacking, an ocean liner, you know, like the Lusitania or anything like that, you know, during our, because you know, during World War II, while we were still neutral before, you know, Pearl Harbor and all that stuff, we were, like we were doing in World War I, sending, you know, supplies and stuff to one side, the Allies.
Yes, we were.
But this is a military ship. This was a direct act of aggression. Yeah. And we weren't even involved.
Especially up in Iceland, you know, that should not be threatening up there.
Yeah. So, anyway, 1942, here, what do we got here?
Ninth day of the Battle of El Alamein. Alamein.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 days. Wow, that's a long battle there.
El Alamein.
Yeah.
Yep.
1942, U-boats sink and damage 120 Allied ships this month.
U-boats
659,457 tons of steel sink to the bottom.
U-boats were just devastating out in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, you know, the wolf packs and all that stuff. What was that movie we saw with Tom Hanks? Greyhound, right? Grey Wolf, Greyhound. It was basically he was the captain of it was a destroyer, right? He was a something, one of the smaller boats.
What does that do with U-boats?
Well, no, it was part of the whole convoy going from the United States to England during the War of the Atlantic, and U-boats. You know, they fought U-boats and stuff. So, you know, nail biting movie from beginning to end. You can only imagine, you know, what it was like out there, you know, just because at the beginning, like, you know, they have some air coverage, but then the plane, you know, can only go so far. So they're like, okay, well, you're on your own for the next, 40 hours. Good luck. Like, jeez, man.
Adios.
Interesting fact about the steel that was built and sunk under the ocean before the bomb. It's all it's more precious because the steel you make now is all contaminated with radiation.
Yeah, there's trace amounts of radiation because of all the nuclear activity we've had. So steel pre-nuclear age is of better quality because it's not contaminated.
That was underwater.
Yeah.
That's underwater.
Yeah, the underwater. So all the ships and everything made of that steel that are sunk, it's a better quality than anything we can ever make again. Because of the nuclear, because it's just slight contamination makes it that much, just a little bit less, but
more porous or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it does. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's cool to learn.
Yeah. 43 during World War II, the F4U.
F-U.
Whoa.
The F4U.
F for you.
The F.
F
for you.
And you too.
Yeah. F's for everybody. Corsair accomplished the first successful radar-guided interception. Ooh.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah.
radio detection and well, I don't know. Why am I having a stroke here? 1949, Dutch Nazi Henry Hackey Holdert, director of Amsterdam paper De Telegraaf and member of the SS, was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. That's not enough. You know, he should have been executed for affiliation with the Nazis. So, what do we got here in 1950?
The Big Cat, Earl Lloyd, becomes the first African American to play a game in the NBA, scoring 6 points on debut for the Washington Capitals.
All right.
Kudos.
Oh, yeah.
He was the first black man.
Yeah, nice.
1951, French Second Chamber accepts the Schuman Plan. What's a Schuman Plan?
I'm looking that up right now. Let's see here. The Schuman Declaration or Schuman Plan was a proposal to place French and West German production of coal and steel under a single authority that later became the European Coal and Steel Company, made by the French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman on May 9, 1950, which is now celebrated in the EU as Europe Day. The day after the 5th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe, the alliance would later be open to other European countries. The ultimate goal was to pacify relations, especially between France and West Germany, through gradual political integration to be achieved by creating common interests. Schuman said that the, quote, coming together of the countries of Europe requires the elimination of the age-old opposition of France and Germany. The solidarity in production thus established will make a plan that any war between France, or would make it plain that any war between France and Germany becomes not merely unthinkable, but materially impossible. So he's trying to create a centralized, way to not have one be more independent than the other. Like, you got to have both to work together to make this, to prevent warfare and more. Okay. So that's a decent idea, but the path to hell is.
I don't know if it's attainable though.
Well, at the same time, now you're putting, two entire nations in the hands of one company, and that kind of seems a little New World Order-ish.
Yeah.
So,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Not good. What do we got here in 1952?
The first thermonuclear bomb detonated at Marshall Islands.
All right. And it would go on to be blown to hell and gone. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Contaminated that whole area.
Yeah.
Probably still is.
Yeah, well, nothing's worse than Bikini Atoll. Oh, man. Those people, they were promised that they'd be allowed to come back, and now here we are, 3 generations later, they're still waiting.
No, and they'll never come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in anybody's memory.
No.
Yeah.
1953 TV broadcasting begins in Belgium.
Oh, all right. So Belgium gets TVs, all right.
53, that's really late.
Yeah, better late than never.
Yeah, no.
1954 Algerian Revolution against French begins.
Now here's the interesting thing. After World War II, we had because the Treaty of Versailles was after World War I, correct? Yes.
I think there was 2, wasn't it?
Treaty of Versailles. Let's see here. Treaty of Versailles, World War I.
Okay.
So the Geneva Convention was World War II.
Okay, yes, okay.
And within the Geneva Convention, it straight up dictated, no more colonialism, no more empires, no more any of this, because that's what led us into World War II, World War I, all that crap, because, we fought in Africa because of all the freaking, colonies all the European people had. I mean, just before the outbreak of World War II, Italy just finished conquering Ethiopia. So they said, now, here's something that I haven't thought about, until recently. Why the hell did France fight Vietnam? Because that was their colony. Mm-hmm. But that was after World War II. They're not supposed to have a colony according to the Geneva Convention. So that, just let it go. The entirety of Vietnam was because of France not following the Geneva Convention, and we got involved.
When you're talking power, very rarely will they just let go, whatever the situation is.
Well, then they shouldn't have been a signatory.
That's rare. Yeah, no, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm just talking reality.
Yeah. 1956, during the Suez Crisis, Britain and France joined Israeli forces in Egypt began to bomb Egypt to reopen the Suez Canal. My other source omitted Israel's involvement, so that's interesting. But yeah, so 1956, Brooklyn, New York ended streetcar service. I did not know they had streetcar service.
No, did I?
Yeah.
Brooklyn, huh?
Yep. 1956 as well, Rear Admiral G.J. Dufek became first U.S. citizen to land an airplane at South Pole. All right,
Ooh,
cool.
That's awesome.
And a Rear Admiral, no less. You know.
But he had to have a name like Doofus?
Dufek.
Close, I know. I'm altering just a bit.
Ah, all right. 1956 as well, during the Hungarian Revolution of 1956, a revolutionary headquarters was established in Hungary. Following Emir Nagy's announcement of October 30th, banned non-communist political parties were reformed, and the MDP was replaced by the MSZMP. Joseph Minzzinski was released from prison, and the Soviet Politburo made the decision to crush the revolution. That's a lot of nasty things happening. So, the communists, they're taking over by force. And 1959, Lee Harvey Oswald announced in Moscow he would never return to the U.S.
Wish he hadn't.
Yeah,
Of course, that whole thing's still a big question mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do believe he did fire a shot, but I do not believe he was the only gunman. So, 59 as well, USSR and Egypt signed contracts to build the Aswan High Dam. So, yep, and
That's Egypt, right?
Yeah, that's Egypt. So let's just look up the Aswan High Dam. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh, okay, this one here. So it's a dam with dam-like qualities and
Yeah, built in the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a serious water issue. Like the countries south of Egypt, they're all because the Nile flows north.
Right.
It's hard to wrap your brain. Usually, when you think of water flowing, it flows south because the Mississippi.
Depends on what side of the equator you're on.
Well, isn't the Nile north of the equator? Well, no, water flows downhill.
Yes.
Not the equator.
Yes.
Because the Mississippi is north of the equator, and the Mississippi flows this way. The Nile is north of the equator, but it goes this way. Now all the countries south of Egypt, they have a whole bunch of dams and all that stuff, and they have there's a serious problem. Egypt is not getting water anymore, really, in the Nile, because upstream, all the other countries are doing their own thing with dams and everything. It's becoming a serious problem. Anyway, what do we have here in 1960? Okay. A cyclone hit the coast of Gulf of Bengal, causing 10,000 deaths. Jeez.
A cyclone.
Yeah. 1961, a federal judge ruled that laws in Birmingham, Alabama against integrated playing fields are illegal. Good.
What? Against?
Laws against integrated. Oh, wait.
That's not good.
That's not good. No. So.
That's sickening.
Yeah, so laws against integrated playing fields are illegal. Well, it's Alabama.
So if you're against integration, it's illegal.
Yeah.
According to the court.
So it's illegal to integrate, essentially.
Yes.
This is why you got to pay attention when reading things, especially with something coming up in the next couple of weeks. Words will trip you up. It just tripped me up there. 1961, Hurricane Haiti killed 400 in British Honduras, or Hurricane Hattie, or whatever. We also have in the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin's body was removed from Lenin's mausoleum, aka tomb, and moved to a grave next to the Kremlin wall with a simple granite marker referred to yesterday. So
we had that yesterday.
Well, no, that was when they decided to do that. Then they did it today.
Okay.
So they made the committee met and they decided and all that stuff, and then
they decided pretty quick, within 24 hours.
Well, they decided to do it, and then they did it. Yeah. Well. 62, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, horror film released, directed by Robert Aldrich, starring Betty Davis and Joan Crawford, based on a novel by Henry Farrell. But it just says, it was released. Okay, so it was released.
Betty Davis was spooky in that movie.
Does she have Betty Davis eyes?
Boy. You can see there
Yeah.
can be spooky in that face.
Well, this is Jane Crawford.
No,
over
the other
here.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Betty Davis.
Yeah. Well, if you're a good actor, or actress, or whatever,
You can,
which she
true.
was, you know, you
Which
can
she was,
pull
yeah.
things off. 1963 as well. Leaking propane gas exploded, or leaking propane tank, or whatever, exploded, killing 64 to 81 people at Holiday on Ice at Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum in Indianapolis, Indiana, with another 400 injuries.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so this is some Final Destination crap. It was an ice skating show.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just randomly, like, blew up and killed. This was a 63 here, so, yeah, it was 64, but my other source says 81. So,
Okay, well, yeah.
it killed a lot of
I
people.
think they'd be more specific. We're talking deaths here. Kind of
Yeah.
important.
Well,
Well, they're estimating. Who knows?
yeah. 1964, London's notorious Windmill Theatre closed after 32 years of Revueville programs featuring vaudeville, comic, and nude tablets viviance. Oh, good. It was basically a peep show. So, and this is the guy I was talking about yesterday. I couldn't figure out his name. Nguyen Van
Oh,
Thieu.
yeah.
1967 took
Yeah.
oath of office to become the first president of the Second Republic of South Vietnam. He was not, because we were going on yesterday about the whole
Yeah.
North Korean commandos
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
down to kill the dictator of South Korea, which he was a dictator. He was not a good guy, but we were still sided with him in the war against communism. And then I was talking about this guy, which I couldn't figure out his name. Nguyen Van Thieu, he was not a good guy either, but he was fighting against the commies. So the enemy of my enemy is,
My friend.
yeah, there you go.
I believe he is corrupt as hell.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it because I haven't researched it enough, but I
Oh.
believe he was really corrupt.
Well, he was a military officer, so yeah, he initially rose to power as the head of a military junta in 1965, and a military junta is a military government. Yeah, that's what a junta is. It's a
And I lost a friend over there for that bullshit.
yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Like, all that it was just total crap. That's why I was saying, like, the Geneva Convention said no more colonies. Why the hell was France in their former colony when they're not supposed to have a colony? Then why did we get involved?
France left. We should have said adios. Good job, France.
Yeah.
You got out. No, we had to come in. What the hell?
Yeah. Anyway, 1968, Milwaukee Bucks won their first game, defeating Detroit 138 to 118. This was the sixth game. So okay.
It had to be when Lou Alcindor played for him.
Hmm.
Well, it came Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ah, that's a name I recognize better.
Yeah.
He was an airplane.
Yes, he was.
I love it when they were passed out. They were pulling him out of the chair. He had his goggles and his jersey and his shorts, his Lakers outfit. That was great. 68. Oh, here we go. During the Vietnam War, October surprise, citing progress with the Paris peace talks. U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson announced to the nation he had ordered a complete cessation of, quote, all air, naval, and artillery bombardment of North Vietnam, effective November 1st. And remember what Pete's educated me on a while ago? About this was with North Vietnam. So with Ho Chi Minh, with the North Vietnamese army and all that stuff, 1968, it was over. They had surrendered. The United States had won the Vietnam War, but the Viet Cong were not done. They kept going, and they kept going, and then the North were just like, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna keep going, So then, in like 71, 72, I don't know exactly. Pete knows more than me, but then the war came back.
Yeah.
But we had won. It was signed. It was in the can. It was done. But the people were not done. The power is always in the people. 1969, George Harrison's "Something" was released by the Beatles as a single in the UK. His first A-side. So A-side, B-side of the.
Yeah.
So this was his first A-side. So, hey,
I
that
don't
is
remember
something.
it. I don't remember it.
Oh,
The song,
yeah.
which I don't need to at this point.
Well, it's just something.
It's something, that's for sure.
Oh, here we go. Good Sir King, would you care to take 70 here? Or
Yes.
okay.
1970, Jim Morrison is sentenced to 6 months in jail and $500 fine for indecent exposure, open profanity, and remains free on a $50,000 bond pending appeal.
Yeah. We were talking about, so Luna and I, during our coffee time this morning, talking about this, because I told them, that we're going to be talking about his high school buddy Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
Well, acquaintance, I guess.
acquaintance, yeah. Not high school, after high school.
After high school, okay.
But yeah, it was pretty bogus. And of course, I'm biased, and everybody I talked to was within our group, obviously, more or less set up. And what he actually did is unzipped his pants and put his finger out his fly, and he was already having problems with the police prior to the gig, and they were out to get him, and they came on stage and busted him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He never did
Oh,
spend time
whatever.
the 6 months though.
Yeah. 1973, 3 Provisional Irish Republican Army. Oh, you're back. Sorry. Let's see here. Would you like to take this?
1973, 3 Provisional Irish Republican Army volunteers escaped from Mountjoy Prison in Dublin using a hijacked helicopter.
Yeah, which had landed in the exercise yard.
Oh man,
Dude,
that
what in the
that
name
should-
of
that
James
should be a-
Bond is this? How do
this should
you?
be a movie.
I know there's. I wonder if there already is. And like, there's another example of some, like during World War II, like legitimately, like actually, hold on a second. World War II guy escapes POW camp airplane. This is hilarious. Gunther Plushkow, is this the guy? Well, this is going to require a little bit of digging, but basically, in a nutshell, there's this guy, in a German POW, prisoner of war camp, all right?
Okay.
And, like, the colonel or whatever it was, like, who was in charge, like, this was, like, like, this was his HQ or something. So he came by plane. And this guy somehow got onto the plane and flew himself to hell. That's how we got out of there.
Hey, there's a plane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
I'll
what I was
figure
trying.
out how to fly it.
No, he already knew how to fly. Like, that's why I
Obviously.
think that, this was a German aviator or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, his feats include the only escape by a German prisoner of war in either World War from Britain back to Germany. Oh, okay, so this was not the other way. So he was escaping us. He was okay. So he escaped. I'm sure there was another one. I don't know. Anyway, it's still remarkable.
Yeah.
Like, that should be a movie. 1974.
1974, Ted Bundy.
Oh, we got them both.
I'll get it. 1974, Ted Bundy victim Laura Amy disappears in Utah.
Yep.
Wasn't that Ted Bundy?
And also in
name of the
1974, Dutch
sitcom?
Marines end hostage crisis in Schilving prison.
Was it Ted Bundy?
Yeah, whatever the sitcom was.
I thought it was Al Bundy.
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, it was
Al
Al Bundy.
Bundy.
It was Al Bundy. You're right.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Images. This guy.
Yeah, there we go. Al Bundy. Okay,
Yeah.
I was dead wrong. Bundy,
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Dutch Marines, into the hostage crisis in the prison. They had to bring in the Marines. Yikes. That's a crazy
Yeah.
thing there.
Pretty big scale.
Yeah. Here we go.
1978, People's Democratic Republic of Yemen, South Yemen, adopts constitution.
All right. 1980, Julian Knott set a world hot air balloon altitude record of 16,806 meters. I wonder if that record still stands. If anybody out there can look it
Doubt
up.
it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. We also have Polish government recognized Solidarity Trade Union. Okay. 1981, first live U.S. radio drama in 25 years, Halloween Story on NBC. All right.
Ooh.
I mean, like, nobody listens to the radio anymore. Like, in 1981, they didn't. TV's been out for 30 years.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty cool. Bring back the classics. Just don't read War of the Worlds. So, 1982, Pope John Paul II became the first pontiff to visit Spain. Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Spain's right there. You would have thought
You
that.
think someone would have been there before him?
Yeah. So, I guess not. Though.
Canonization? Yeah.
And we also have Pope John Paul II canonized Canadian Marguerite Bourgeois, founder of the Congregation of Notre Dame of Montreal, as a saint. All right.
Okay.
So one of you maple-loving moose people.
Yeah.
'83. Here it is. What do we got?
In 1983, Ron Grant completes a 217-day, 8,316-mile run around Australia.
Wow.
Wait, a run?
Yeah, so he ran around the entirety of Australia.
Holy crap, that man.
And talk about, down under Forrest Gump.
Wow.
And one day, I just got up and started running.
Yeah.
I'll start running.
Yeah. This one is really heartbreaking. There's more from other articles, from other sources in the script here.
You did it.
84, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated by her two Sikh body/security guards, Stawant Singh and Beant Singh, at her home in New Delhi, causing riots to break out and there in other cities, so New Delhi and other places, resulting in 3,000 Sikhs being murdered.
Wow.
Wow, like people got pissed off at the Sikhs for killing, just. Anyway, 1984, Puerto Rican tanker San Francisco exploded, spilling 2 million gallons of oil as ship caught fire. Yikes.
Oh, that's in Austria? Australia?
Puerto Rican tanker, and it doesn't say where.
Oh, okay.
It just said it blew up and spilt while it caught fire and everything. Let me just do a surface level scratch of this article. SS Puerto Rican. Let's see here. Approximately 15 and a half miles southwest of Point Bonita, wherever that is. Okay.
Somewhere around the Puerto Rican area.
Well, it's called SS Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
The SS Puerto Rican. So that's not Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's called Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So it could have been freaking Ukaipa. I don't know. What else do we got here? Oh, this coincides with this lady who got murdered that I just spoke about. What do we got here, Sir King?
1984, Rajiv Gandhi takes office as India's sixth prime minister, succeeding his mother's Indira Gandhi, who was assassinated.
Yeah.
So her son took over.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
1987, a pair of Coventry, England, ties world record for longest single tennis match to 80 hours, 21 minutes.
80 hours?
Wow. Longest singles tennis match. I'm just gonna look that up really quick to see if that's longest
That checks out.
tennis match. Yada yada. 1970 to 1973. Yada yada yada. Okay, come on, give me longest matches by duration. Only 2 professional competitive matches have lasted longer than 7 hours, and 14 matches have lasted longer than 6. But give me this. Duration 11 hours.
Look up 80-hour tennis match.
80-hour tennis match. Let's see here. Longest tennis match records. I get the same exact thing. So,
Go back. What's the article say again?
World record for longest singles tennis match, a pair. So,
A pair. World. I don't know.
I don't know.
Forget.
Anyway,
They've
Moving
changed
on.
the rules of tennis.
Spending too much
so they
time on
don't
it.
have those kind of long matches anymore.
yeah. What else in '87 here?
1987, American jockey Chris Antley becomes the first rider to win 9 races in a day. 4 for the Aqueduct and 5 at the Meadowlands.
Wow. Wow. Just 9 races in a day participating, that's a lot. Winning them, one after a row, that's.
As a jockey, it's really physical to race.
Oh,
these
yeah.
things. You don't think
Yeah.
of riding a
I can
horse.
imagine.
No. But you're directing that horse. You're doing all kinds of stuff. It's really, really physical.
Well, your whole body, your arms,
Yeah,
torso,
everything's
everything,
working with the
your
horse, the
legs,
whole
are
thing.
moving it's. Yeah. 1988, 19 degrees Fahrenheit was the lowest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland, Ohio for October. All right.
Okay.
88, first Monday night NFL game played in Indianapolis. Colts beat the Denver Broncos 55-23. Ouch. That's kind of a curb stomping there. 88 as well. Journalists demanded greater press of freedom in Yugoslavia. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All for that. What do we got here in 1990?
Pakistan make 3-0 drubbing of New Zealand Wagar Yunus 19 series. Well, I don't know what that is. WKTS.
Wickets. This is cricket.
No wonder.
You tricked me.
Snuck it in.
I got you.
Get in.
I got you. Hold on.
No idea what that is.
Victory chirp. We got off of main source here. 1991, Palestinians attended U.S. Mideast peace talks in Madrid. So yeah. 1992. What do we got?
Don Keller makes his 18,000th skydive.
I mean, how many times do you have to jump off a plane before it gets boring? Like that is. Let's just like, okay, falling again, yawn. Okay, I got some pole shoot.
Yeah.
This is like 18,000 skydives. Holy crap, dude! Like,
wow,
that's insane. Oh. What else do we got here?
1992, Roman Catholic Church apologizes for its treatment of Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei after 359 years.
Well, I'm glad some people can apologize for things. We're still waiting for, an apology for killing a certain person, but, probably never going to see that. 93, 25 people were killed during the Ghana-Ivory Coast soccer match. What? So, during a football game, remember, when the when the Lakers won or whatever, and there was a riot, they overturned a police car and set it on fire, and that's when they won.
They won.
Oh well, this is telling me about the football team plane crash. This is something else. But people were killed during a soccer game. I mean, yikes. 93 as well. German unemployment hit national record of 3.5 million. And those are the ones who are being documented,
Yeah.
like, people like me, who aren't even looking anymore because there's no reason to. We don't get put on the papers. So, whenever you look at a problem like unemployment, add another 50% onto that at least, because there's a lot of people out there who don't even get on the paper because they're not doing anything to get noticed. They're not applying. They're not going to the places. They're not being documented. So. And 1993 as well, rapper Tupac Shakur was charged with aggravated assaults. Yeah, well, that happens. And we're going to be talking about these guys a lot, but what do we have here in 94?
American jam band Fish performs the Beatles' White Album as a musical costume during a show at the Glen Falls Civic Center in Glen Falls, New York.
All right. Initially I put that in there. I'm like, okay, I've heard of the Fish. Fish.
Not familiar.
Like,
I've heard of Country Joe and the Fish.
Yeah, I've heard of Fish just in passing conversations, but as I said, they're going to be on here a lot. 94. Here we go. Ooh.
American tennis star Venus Williams makes her professional debut as a 14-year-old with a 6-3, 6-4 win over former NCAA champion and world number 58 Sean Stafford and the Bank of West Catholic in Oakland, California.
All right.
Serena's sister. That's the first one.
The Williams sisters.
The Williams, yeah.
Serena and Venus.
Yeah.
So. 1995, U.S. jam band Fish performed the Who's Quadrophenia as a musical costume during a show at the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois. So here we go again.
So it looks like the Fish are a band that does other bands' work.
Yeah.
They did the Beatles. Now they're doing the Who.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
you know, they do a
guess.
lot. That's one way to flounder.
Oh.
1995, the NHL New Jersey Devils agreed to stay in New Jersey. All right.
Okay.
Yes, it's a Jersey thing.
Who would want to leave New Jersey?
Noisy.
Hey, we got a situation here.
Hey, walking here.
Hey. What do we got here?
American jam band Fish performs the Taking Heads Remain in Light as a musical costume. You know what? I just read that. Hello?
No, you didn't. You're reading it now. I told you we were talking about these guys a couple of times, so it's going to sound familiar.
Yeah,
but it's different songs.
the Omni College in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay.
Not affiliated with the Omni Coalition.
No.
We do not have the Omni Coliseum yet. So. 97, British AU pair Louise Woodward, 19, sentenced to life for the death of Matthew A. Papin for 8.5 months. Judge changed to time served. But what is an AU pair? Like, Australia, gold? AU is the symbol for gold, right?
Yep. It sure
Like-
is.
Oh. Louise Wayward case. A British former AU pair. What the hell is an AU pair?
I don't
Oh,
know.
an au pair. Okay, what is this? Is a
Au
person
pair.
working for and living as part of a host family. Okay. So, typically, au pairs take on a share of the family's responsibility for child care as well as some housework and receive a monetary allowance or stipend for personal use. Au pair arrangements are often subject to government restrictions which specify an age range, usually from mid-teens to late 20s, and may explicitly limit the arrangement to females. The au pair program is considered a form of cultural exchange that gives the family and the au pairs a chance to experience and learn new cultures. Okay, so she was an au pair, so she was like a foster member of the family or something.
Taking care of stuff.
Yeah, and then she killed somebody. Oh, gee.
Not good.
She even, yeah, she does not look trustworthy. Like, she has one of those faces that look innocent, but you can tell that there's something, mischievous going on. 1998, here we go again. U.S. jam band Fish performed the Velvet Underground's Rock and Roll as a musical costume during a show at the Thomas and Mack Center at the University of Nevada in Paradise, Nevada. 1998, Iraq disarmament crisis began. Iraq announced it would no longer cooperate with United Nations weapons inspectors. And that did not work out well for them.
No.
And we got 3 99s. Perfect. If you would like to take these, good Sir King.
Egypt Flight 990 traveling from New York to Cairo crashes off the coast of Nantucket, Massachusetts, killing 217 on board.
Dang. All of them. So, all crew, all passengers. Yikes.
Isn't that the one that just after takeoff it blew up?
I think
the one?
so. Yeah, because my other source said something about explosion. So, hold on, let me look this up here really quick. Egypt Air Flight 990. Aircraft crew, cockpit crew, yada, passengers, flight details, first dive and recovery, climb, second dive and crash. Okay, so apparently they dived twice. I don't know. Might have been. What do we got here?
1999, Catholic Church and Lutheran Church leaders signed a joint declaration on the doctrine of justification, ending a centuries-old doctrine dispute over the nature of faith and salvation.
All right, so they're coming together.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And Lutheran, the Protestant, the Lutheranism split off, all that stuff. Un Mas.
1999, yachtsman Jesse Martin returns to Melbourne after 11 months of circumventing the world solo, non-stop, and unassisted.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
11 months circumvented the entire world
Yeah.
by himself, nonstop. Wow. 2000,
That is
Pope John
wild.
Paul II declared St. Thomas More as, quote, the heavenly patron saint of statesmen and politicians. Well, gee, how's that working out for them? So, 2000 as well, the last Multics, a multiplex information and computing system machine, was shut down. Huh. We also have Soyuz TM-31 was launched, carrying the first resident crew to the International Space Station. The ISS has since been crewed continuously since then. So, like, you know, there's always been a person up there,
Yeah.
too. But that's actually, I saw a video yesterday about, you know, it's 30 years old. It's you know, it's dying. You know, it's going to come to the end of its tenure, and there's this entire thing. Like, let's see if I can find it really quick in my history here. History, space station. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, here. So I'll add this to the underbar for people to watch themselves. This is a really interesting watch here. Actually, I want to get rid of my 9:29 seconds because I've already watched most of it. But it's basically what the plans are for the next space station and all that stuff. So anyway, 2002, federal grand jury in Houston, Texas, formally indicted former Enron Corp chief financial officer Andrew Fastow on 78 counts of wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, and obstruction of justice related to the collapse of his ex-employer, the whole Enron fiasco. What was her name? The cooking lady. Cooking lady. Paula Deen? Right? Paula Deen?
Yeah,
she
sure.
was. She got caught up in the whole fiasco because she got insider information before, you know, everything went to shit.
Oh.
And then she ended up, you know,
She went to jail.
she went to jail for a while.
investing, but I don't know if that was the Enron thing.
you know, it was.
Okay, but that's not her name. I know who you're
Paula-
talking about.
No, I know the cooking. Yeah, the
What's her name? Oh, come on.
yeah. It's not Paula Dean. It's
No.
Let's see here. Let me look this up. Cooking show host Enron. Let's see.
I don't know if it was
Enron scandal.
it wasn't Enron. She was
I don't think it
trading
was
in her own
Enron.
company or something.
Oh,
What the heck is her name?
We're
Oh, come
thinking
on.
another story with a different lady.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2003. What do we got? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Searching.
You go.
Okay. Bankruptcy court approved MCI's reorganization plans, essentially clearing the telecommunications company to exit bankruptcy.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Beat me to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that King here was doing some sideline research while we continued.
Yeah.
2003 as well, Bethany Hamilton at the age of 13 had her arm bitten off
Oh.
by a shark while
yes,
surfing
yes,
in
I
Hawaii.
remember that.
Yes,
Yes, I remember.
OFF off.
She continued surfing, you know, when it
Yeah.
was all healed and everything.
Yeah.
She continued surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she can only hang 5. Oh, that was a bad
Those
joke.
are feet, not hands.
Go ahead, King. I don't even know what to say. I'm stupid.
2003, Mahathir Mohamad resigns as Prime Minister of Malaysia and is replaced by Deputy Prime Minister Abdullah Ahmad Badal, marking an end to Mahathir's 22 years of power.
All right. That's a very long time in power. So, about time.
Too long.
Yeah.
2008, white paper Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, is published by the pseudo-anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. It describes a decentralized peer-to-peer network that could track and verify transactions while producing a transparent, verifiable record, and something I wish I had been invested in.
Now, at the same time, it's a great way for the state to control your money even more. It's all digital. They can just say, oh, you no longer have access to this. Whoopsie doodles.
Well, that's
Well,
why
you're-
they want a cashless society.
Yeah. 2010, post-apocalyptic zombie TV series The Walking Dead premiered, starring Andrew Lincoln, John Berthenau, and Lauren Colin on AMC. All right. 2011, the world population reached 7 billion inhabitants. According to the United Nations, this day is now recognized by the UN as the Day of 7 billion. Now, my other source specified humans. How this is saying that the population is 7 billion inhabitants. That doesn't specify humans. So, is this them admitting to lizard people? So maybe David Icke has something going on there. 2012, the New York Stock Exchange opened after having been closed for 2 days after Hurricane Sandy. I remember that.
Yeah, that was up in New York, yeah.
Yeah. What do we got here? Some sports.
2014, Greg Maddox, Tom Glavine, Frank Thomas, Bobby Cox, Tony LaLuce, and Joe Torre are inducted into the Hall of Fame, Cooperstown, New York.
Baseball.
Yep. We got an off of main source here. During a test flight in 2014 as well, the VSS Enterprise, a Virgin Galactic experimental spaceflight test vehicle, suffered a catastrophic in-flight breakup and crashed in the Mojave Desert, California. Well, it was a test vehicle, so I'd rather it suffer something catastrophic when it's not, while it's a test vehicle, than when it's not,
Yeah.
2015, take this.
Russian airliner crashes, killing all 224 on board in Sinai Peninsula, Egypt, Russia's worst air disaster.
Yeah, it was specifically Metrojet Flight 9268, if anybody wants to look this up, and the Sinai Peninsula.
That's not the one that was shot down, was it?
No.
Didn't admit
No, it was
okay.
crashed. This was 2015.
Okay.
This is recent. Were you thinking about the Korean one I talked about earlier? There's been a lot. There's been several shot down. So, what else do we got here?
2016, Lebanon Parliament elects Michel Aoun president after 2.5 years without a leader.
Wow. You're leaderless for 2.5 years?
Wow, that's a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought us, for 3 months was a long time. So,
What are you talking about?
well, where's Brandon?
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Where's Brandon? Where'd he go? Oh.
let's go, Brandon.
Where the hell's our president at?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Oh, good.
Let's go, Brandon.
I heard he's out there. Last I heard, he's out there biting babies.
Yeah. That's not how you get adrenochrome. Come on, you silly old man. 2017, John Kelly, White House Chief of Staff, commented in a TV interview that, quote, the lack of an ability to compromise led to the Civil War, end quote, drew criticism. Well, I mean, the U.S., the Union, the North, were promising the South things that the North was not, honoring.
Yeah.
Granted, slavery, today, we know it as awful, but back then it was just part of life, as awful as that sounds, but at the end of the day, the government was making promises that the South was not seeing fulfilled, and they had every justification, however nasty it sounds like, in today's world. At the end of the day, if you can't honor your word, no matter how good or bad it is, then you're not trustworthy. That's why they seceded, and we had the Civil War, So, 2017 as well, judge in Maui, Hawaii, ordered man to write ex-girlfriend 144 compliments after violating protection order to send 144 nasty text messages. So basically, he violated an order, a restraining order,
Right.
I presume.
Right.
Sent her 144 nasty messages. So in punishment, he has to send her just as much, if not more, compliments.
Yeah.
So that's a cool punishment. Oh, kind of,
Oh, nice.
Or they could just hang him by his thumbs.
Well, then how can he text? 2017 as well. I'm just going to wrap up 2017's here, and then we'll wrap up the show. Takahiro Shirahashi arrested in Zama, Japan, a day after 9 dismembered bodies were found in his apartment.
Jeez.
And actually, if you want, you can take the last two here before I wrap us up.
2017 terrorist attack in New York with a truck mows down people on a cycling lane, killing 8, injuring 10.
I kind of remember that, yeah.
and actually,
Go down a bike lane, ran people over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not read this one here, but hold on
Let's
a second.
go. No.
I was looking ahead at hold on.
Let's
a
find
second,
something
where'd it
good to go off on. Let's find something good to go off on.
Here we go. This one's decent.
2018, a landmark verdict. Pakistan Supreme Court acquits Christian woman of blasphemy against the Prophet Muhammad after 8 years on death row.
So good, they got her out of there.
All right.
That's good, you know. And that shall be it. You know, once again, that concludes the show. Check the underbar, you know, the description below for any links that you may be interested in. And you know, a lot of history happens every day, continues to be made, and all that stuff. We can only bring you a portion. You know, and for the portion we could have brought you, we had to, you know, well, you know, at the end we kind of omitted a few. But anyway, for your dose of past events daily, you know, we stream every day, you know, or try to, at 11 in the morning Pacific time, 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows from history to news, movie reactions and reviews, gaming, videos and memes, on the kitchen and everything else between, on Talk Show. Check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
King's Refuge.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for watching. And until you catch us again, you know, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. That was Murloc for Toodles.